I'm taking Ching to the locals' favorite restaurant in the city that gave birth to this worldwide delicacy. Eating it here is more of a ritual than a dining experience.
I want to bring you to the best dim sum.
Volume?
Guangzhou.
Oh wait, this is your town.
Built in 1935, Guangzhou Restaurant is on 3 floors, serves up to 10,000 people every day, and employs chefs who train for decades.
Beautiful, look at this. Wow.
That's it right
Thank
next
you.
to you. This is very nice.
这么大。
Hello， 你好。我哋點心有乜點心？What kind of things do you like?
Some restaurants offer customers pre-prepared dishes, but here, everything is cooked fresh to order.
There are hundreds of varieties of dim sum here, from steamed dumplings to chicken feet, and one of my favorites, lotus leaves stuffed with sticky rice.
Shall we split one first?
Yeah, let's have this one.
Okay, I love this. Let's share.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And what I love is to see all the beautiful inside. Look at mushroom,
Yeah.
pork,
Belly pork.
belly pork.
This should
And this,
chicken.
that looks like a little bit of chicken.
This one's a
Sauteed
duckling.
duckling.
Look at how much skill is gone into it. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it shouldn't be up there as one of the best cuisines in the world.
And it's
just
perfection.
It's perfection.
The tradition of eating dim sum started centuries ago, in small tea houses along the Silk Road. Yum cha, which means drink tea, is a ritual that goes hand in hand with dim sum. It's the Cantonese equivalent of having a biscuit with your cuppa.
Here, where tea is considered
Guangzhou is in China's wealthiest province. Thanks to manufacturing, people here are among the country's highest earners. They demand quality and variety in their food. And in this market, you can buy almost anything.
Oh, this would be nice to put in sweet and sour. It's very unusual. Mangosteen.
Mangosteens are a South Asian fruit with a sweet, tangy flesh, which makes them ideal for this dish.
I got mangosteen and some pear apple.
I learned how to cook sweet and sour pork from my Uncle Paul, who had a restaurant in Chicago's Chinatown. He taught me which cuts of meat to look for.
最南係邊隻？最南係邊隻？呢個南啊，呢個南啊。I'm using the most tender part of the pork, not the belly that needs more cooking, but a piece that I can stir fry very quickly and then toss in a sweet and sour sauce.
Mrs. Lau is retired and lives in the commercial district of Guangzhou. It looks like word of my visit has spread. Mrs. Lau has invited the entire neighborhood.
That's a Chinese Buddha. Chinese Buddhas are always fat.
For dinner, I'm making an authentic sweet and sour pork. Nothing like the sugary, glowing red version available in the West.
I'm just going to do a sort of typical Chinese marinade, which is a little bit of soy sauce. And this is an interesting one, rice wine, which I've never seen. Because rice wine will just add a bit of flavor. I thought this might be very nice in the sweet and sour, which is very unusual. Mangosteen, which is really lovely.
Mangosteens are hard to get in the West, so if you want to make this dish at home, use pineapple or try experimenting with other fruit to give the dish its sweet flavor.
And this is just some pear apple, which will give texture.
I'm also adding water chestnuts and young garlic, which look a lot like spring onions. I'm quickly frying the marinated pork with vegetable oil to seal in the flavors.
Everywhere you go in Canton, they use this very mild red chili in many of their dishes, so I thought I'd do the same.
Along with the chilies, young garlic, and water chestnuts, I'm adding a splash of rice vinegar, which gives the dish its sourness.
I'm going to add a little bit of the stock that I made with the bits of pork and a little bit of chicken stock. This is just sugar. Now we're just going to thicken the sauce with a little bit of corn flour and water.
After a quick taste, add the fruit. Asian pears, pineapple, and mangosteen, followed by the pork.
She said, that looked good. She said, you're a bright boy. I said, nobody's ever called me a boy for a long time. I love it.
西同埋中式之間。
The flavors are really nice. A bit of East meets West.
Right, that's